Estate planning 101 means so much to me because I see a lot of predatory practices out there. I see these trust seminars that are offering free meals, but what they're really doing is they're selling product. They're selling cheap estate plans, boilerplate estate plans. And I get it that you have to have something, but everyone needs a customized plan. Everyone needs a way to have these needs met. And it's not just the plan, you also have to know who to select to do this work. And how would you know if you don't know all the questions to ask? And if you've ever looked at an estate plan, looked at your parents' estate plan, ever been in a courtroom, ever watched CSI, no matter what, you realize there's a lot about this you don't know. So I don't want people to be embarrassed about what they don't know. I want them to come to class. Well, we take it slow. We have 12 hours of education. We meet 4 times and have 2 classes each time. We give you time to absorb the information in between classes. But more importantly, we really focus you on what the estate plan is for. We start with quality of life issues. What does it really cost to stay in your home no matter what? And I like to think of the estate plan as your oxygen mask. You know, the rule on an airplane is you have to put yours on first before you take care of the kids. Well, we try to give people enough basics about their own questions. What do I want? How do I want to live? Where do I want to live? What's important to me? And we mix that in with legal, financial, tax, and charitable giving training. So we have great experts. We have lots of different people who I have listened to in the past. I've enjoyed their presentations. I feel they're understandable, and their heart is in the work. And so we have these special people who volunteer their time, and none of our presenters receive any of the students' personal information. This makes the students safe. It allows the presenters to just do what they do. They're here to educate. If a student really wanted to work with one of the presenters, it's up to the student to make that contact. Either I've heard them present, I've seen the results of their work, we've worked together on a case. I've actually had an opportunity to meet people and get to know them. I'm a member of a great number of professional associations. I have to get continuing education. So I've met all these professionals in these professional settings, and I've gotten an idea of what other professionals think of them. They're very special people. Then they've prepared outlines for me when I've asked them certain questions or given them certain topics to discuss. And then I actually select the speakers based on all of those criteria. I've asked my volunteer presenters to be willing to at least have a free 15-minute phone conversation with our students. At least get the students a chance to have an initial conversation. One of the things I teach the students is how to hire the right professional. So we empower our students with questions to ask. How do you get paid? Who pays you? Can you be a fiduciary? Meaning, can you really put my interests before your own? And so with that empowerment, now they get to practice with the presenters who are also on board with this methodology and have a safe place to at least try. I think if people have a little practice, they become much more effective as managers of their own life. Not only do I see the aha moments on people's faces as we're going through class, but after every class, someone will approach me and say, wow, I never thought of it this way before. I didn't know that I could ask for help. I thought you had to do this stuff by yourself. So I think it's enriching people's lives from that perspective. I can see students kind of developing friendships as they attend. I see this community building. And of course, we stay in touch with our students to let them know about when the next classes are, or if we learn something new. So we send out an occasional newsletter. No one has ever turned it down. You know, it's really feeling like you have a safe way to get these things dealt with. I think it takes 3 to 6 months to get a decent estate plan completed. Why? Because there's so many decisions to make, things to contemplate. You can't make a snap decision about certain assets or certain beneficiaries or people that you love. So if it's just 12 hours of a 3 to 6 month process that give you guidelines, that give you a direction to head in, I think it's well worth the time. But add this. There are questions that I give you to ask. You know, our goal is to really give you better questions to ask as opposed to giving you the answers that you would never have come up with, that any professional out there who's just there to sell, any trust seminar would never have given you this power. So spend it. Spend your time well. And I know 12 hours is a lot, so here's my offer. Come to one class. If it hasn't changed your mind about something, don't come to my other classes. It's so important to me that we have a relationship with our lives. You know, each of us is so interdependent. And our world is better when we're all givers. So there's that aspect in terms of working with charities. But there's another important aspect. Many of us don't understand how our estate plan, how what we leave behind really leaves our legacy. So if someone already has charitable intent and they've already worked with a charity, that's great. But they still need these classes to help further develop the how. And there's new updates, there's new things, there's new IRS laws. So I want people to explore the benefits of working with charity and then decide how. Too often I hear about people who have given cash on the collection plate at church or have dropped things off at a thrift store, which is charitable and it's good and I appreciate it. But you know, their money is such that they need the benefit. They need to understand more about how it works. And it really empowers us to be full of love. It is. I'm so proud of what we've accomplished, and thank you so much.